Since it's the first time seeing Stuart Hess here, he will kick us off. Stuart doesn't typically do rugby.
Well, okay.
Yeah, so
Pleased to meet you, Stuart.
yeah, he's a cricketing man. We want to make sure he comes back again.
Okay, brilliant. Let's make it a good one.
Okay, well, I'll ask you a very general, broad-based question before the experts get through. What pleased you most, other than the scoreboard, obviously, what pleased you most about your team's performance today?
I think the way we were clinical and then played some nice direct and expansive rugby, so that's difficult. And the reason why I say this is that we know that's not the main side. So generally what happens is it can become a little bit loose, a lot of errors, and I thought we were quite sharp and clinical and put them to the sword. So that was probably the most pleasing thing for us as coaches.
Happy, Stuart.
Cool.
Kanyus.
Chris, two big ones to end the round robin stage. How critical is this momentum? Yes, there will be a slight break before the playoffs that we'll have to travel for. But how critical is that momentum, knowing that you finished the round robin stage on a high note, and regardless of who you play, you've got momentum to carry. You know there could be travel issues, as they always say, to keep up with the others.
So momentum is critical, but I know we were under the pressure, mostly from you guys. But our momentum works, it's like a wave. And a wave, if it doesn't break, it becomes just bigger and bigger and bigger up until the point it breaks. And once it breaks, it washes everything. So I think we've built that momentum over time. We've got the nice wins, and then we've got now the big ones. So it's very important for the morale, for the confidence, but also for the cohesion of the team. You can see the guys are gelling. So it comes at the right time.
Chris, are you hopeful that TV's peaking at the right time?
Yeah. Well, we're not hopeful. It's happy to see, but we know when you go into playoffs, especially away from home, it's going to be critical that we keep on peaking. And like I said, the momentum we've built up over time, even though we didn't get the results at some of the main games, is now clicking into gear. But we know playoffs is a complete different game.
Good, Ken. Brennan?
Because I mean, I don't know if you're aware, but this is probably, I just need to check, but it looks like it's Leinster's biggest defeat in all competitions ever.
That's what they say.
And I mean, bigger than anything they've ever lost in Europe as well. I mean, that must be something that's, I know you can only play what's in front of you. That must be.
So on that, we know that it's not the main side. So obviously, it's a proud union, unbelievable players. So we know this is probably the second side for some academy players. But like I said in the beginning, to put that score up against a quality side that's well coached, and we saw last week how well they can keep in the fight. For us, it's unbelievable. So to in the midst of that, to stay focused, stay clinical, and to put up the score says a lot of the team and about our approach for this last game.
140 points in 2 games. Your attacking game is obviously on song. It's clicked into place.
Yeah.
Are you confident that it doesn't matter if it's Cape Town or Glasgow or wherever you need to go, that you guys will be able to put it together overseas as well?
Yeah, so we know we have to play. We missed 1 or 2 games that obviously cost us our home quarters. So wherever we go, we will travel. It's nice to score that amount of points, but I mean, we have to give Pine always a lot of credit. So our defence was extremely well the last 2 games, and we fed off that, a lot of turnover tries, and then you can just put our scrum and our lineouts on top of that. So it's a nice solid base to work off, but I would say the defence makes a huge difference.
Your backline, I mean, is clicked together as well. It's been quite apparent that since Stedman's also come in, it's just been that little extra spark you've needed as well to put Kirby and Kane in.
100%. So Stedman has been patient for a long time, and I'm happy for him. He came in here, and obviously he clicks well with the other 2 guys who's got the X factor in our team. So happy for him. But I'm extremely happy for the backs. I mean, they're gelling well at the moment, and like I said, that momentum is been building over weeks, and now we've seen that obviously the way they play is they're reaching the pinnacle of the season.
Sorry, last one from me. Just another one that also has come through as well in the last couple of weeks. Already, these games coming up is Embrose. I mean, he's been there about. He's taken charge the last couple of weeks.
So I think what helped with the changes is that since our regroup, we played I think Griquas, and that got us a lot of momentum. And then Emmy stepped up, Johan stepped up, Harold has been solid, actually doing very well. And then those guys with the outside backs, David, Stetman, Kainan especially, and then obviously Curtis, is doing extremely well.
Ken, then Gobus.
Chris, that third quarter straight after half time was some pretty sublime rugby. And I mean, often sides when they have control of a game, you can kind of go off the boil a bit, especially after a break, and let the other side into the game. Did you kind of get the feeling that the players, though, having been through such a hard time this season, that every try, every point was just like redemption, that they were just really enjoying themselves out there?
Yeah, so that I think it was the first try after halftime. One of the interplay between I think Gerard and Ruan from Mark the offloads, and then eventually we scored there. I think what you just said now is that over time, obviously pressure is a funny thing, and you keep fighting to turn that pressure around. We all know, rugby works in cycles, and I think some of those tries were just guys just expressing themselves, just enjoying it. But like we said, the playoffs is a completely different animal. It'll be different, but it's just nice for the guys just to let off some steam and pressure and just express themselves.
Just back to Embrose, do you believe that given the rugby he's playing currently, they might be back in the box picture?
Definitely. As I said, there's 5 scrummers that can play at any time for the box. I hope Emmy can put his name into the hat. It becomes 6. But I'm just extremely happy for him. He's been patient as well. His game has grown a lot. So he had ups and downs. So just happy for him.
Happy. Ken, happy. Let's go Kanyisa then.
Brendan did touch on it, Chris, but I'll be a bit more direct with the question. Would you probably be your most favorite quarterfinal venue?
Look, it's always nice to play the Stormers. So it will be nice to play them because you play in South Africa. Okay, and then Ulster's the other option, and I think I'm not sure if Munster or Glasgow, depending on what happened later. When you go to Glasgow, there's artificial pitch. Okay, so that will be a challenge going over in a short period. What happened last, but we will be prepared. We really enjoyed obviously being in Belfast, but going back to Cape Town will be nice.
Basically, almost do as now.
Stuart?
I'm good.
Cool.
Thank you very much.